Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film Spill.
So today, guys, we're going to be reviewing the series Moon Knight. This is an action fiction series, and here is the summary. Stephen Grant and mercenary Mark Spector investigate the mysteries of the Egyptian gods from inside the same body.
I really enjoyed this series. It was one of the ones that I was waiting for in Phase 4. Whenever Marvel started talking about how they had these series coming out, and they was talking so much about Moon Knight was definitely one of those characters I was waiting for, and I can say that it lived up to the hype. So my rating for this series was a 4, and let's get into my pros and my cons. So the very first pro that I had was we both love how the first episode started off. Like, it just started off with chaos. We both love when Steven kept blacking out and Mark was trying to take control of him. That was just crazy. Because he'll black out and he'll wake up and people would beat up or whatever. Just like, what is going on? And we were just already just like, oh snap, like this is about to be crazy. Then my next pro was I love the Moon Knight character's costume and how his power is affected by the phases of the moon. We both thought that was really dope. And I know you didn't really care too much about his eyes, but I actually like his eyes too. I like Amut's power of killing people before they can commit a crime. That's kind of crazy, scary, but it's like, do I agree with it? No, but it's just one of those, like, to me, it's one of those powers that are just, it's just too powerful. Like, you're literally killing people before they even commit a crime. That's just next level. The next pro was we both liked when Khonshu and Steven was changing the night sky. That was really cool. You know, just seeing how colorful everything looked and just loopy. It was just crazy. I really liked the fight between Khonshu and Amut. Their fight was really cool and legendary. And it was cool when I seen Layla get powers. That was really cool too. Here are my cons. I really didn't like how Steven kept taking the body over, especially in fights. In the beginning, I was getting so frustrated, like, bro, get out of it. Like, this dude is trying to save you guys. He's still like, no, we don't need to. He felt like, bro, he was just so irritating. I did not like how the gods didn't believe Khonshu and they believe Hero, and he was just like, no, I'm not trying to resurrect Amut. And they're like, okay. And they just, and you know, basically imprison Khonshu. I'm like, what? It wasn't even no suspicion. Let us investigate. They just automatically believe this dude. That was dumb. I didn't like when they died and they ended up in that mental hospital. I just really didn't like that whole part. It was kind of confusing. I didn't like how there was a third coffin that never opened. Like, we knew it was like another personality in there, but it's like they never really opened it. It's like they showed it to us and was, oh, what's gonna happen? And it just disappeared. Like, it just stopped showing it. I'm like, that was just dumb. I didn't like how we found out, and this is more personal though, whenever we found out that Mark's mom blamed him for the death of their brother. I think that was kind of messed up. And then going back to the coffin, I didn't like how they waited to introduce Jake Lockley into the end. It's like we knew, you know, because he just kept popping up. Again, just was what's strange. It's like we have another personality. Yeah, I just didn't like how they waited to the end. That was just my cons and pros, but I definitely enjoyed the series. Overall, I definitely would recommend it.
Okay, guys, I also give this series a 4 out of 5. I got really excited to watch it when I found out that he had dissociative identity disorder because I'm just so intrigued and fascinated with that disorder. It's just so interesting how people create different personalities and switch between them. Like you said, the first episode, I literally rated it a 10 out of 10. Like, it was so dark. It was so different for Marvel. It was just like really good. But it did have some slow episodes throughout the middle. And like he said, I didn't care for the mental hospital part. It was just kind of weird. I like the part where he was trying to give the scarab to Arthur, but his body literally wouldn't let him. And then that's when he blacked out and comes to, and it was showing like he was beating up people. It was just really crazy. I really liked how polar opposite Steven and Mark were. The jackal monster that was in the museum was so scary. I would have just basically like peed my pants if I ever saw that thing chasing me. That would have just been crazy. But that thing was really fast and scary. I liked how the personalities talked to each other in like the mirrors or the reflective surfaces. It was crazy learning about the god Amit, like he was talking about. I didn't like Steven in the Moon Knight white suit because he was just trying to be too civil and do too much. I like the part when Steven blacks out and wakes up having killed people with the knife, and then Mark was like, that wasn't him that just killed those people, because that's when he was like, oh yeah, you know, there's a third personality. I like the hippo Egyptian god and the whole underworld situation. I think that was just really cool. It was really cool to see Stephen Grant and Mark Spector in separate bodies traveling through their past trying to balance the scales of fate, but it was super sad to see all the the trauma that he went through growing up. I like finding out that Mark was the original body and Steven was one of the personalities he created from his trauma, because from the beginning it looks like Steven's the original body and Mark was taking over. So that was really cool to see. And then of course seeing Jake Lockley at the end was cool, but we knew he was coming. We just didn't know when. So yeah, I think this is a really good series and I give it a 4 out of 5.
Just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.